Hey, so you guys know the back rooms and the film version, right, on YouTube? I mean, it's really good, but it makes me have a question. Why aren't there armored escorts? Like, they've started to find out in the YouTube series, like, oh, yeah, I mean, they knew about it, but they couldn't confirm it. And then they had evidence of it. And they didn't send armed exports. All they did was practically block walls. I'm surprised. Like, that episode where, like, there's a team going down there, and then they go and then they turn out to a hallway, and it's like a bunch of holes. It's like one line, one line, one line, one line, and then it's crossed, and then there's a door there, and then someone fell in there. Like, anyone sensible would immediately run back to the base. Like, they have tape, so they can't get lost either. Get a rope or a ladder, and then make him grab onto the rope and pull him up, or make him climb the ladder. I would probably do the rope because they're gonna have to get a big ladder. But yeah, so if I was in I was in control of, like, what to do with the back rooms, this is what I would do. First of all, open the door, find the base. Okay, there should be 3 entry points: the hallway here, 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 right? And if there isn't, make walls, right? So if there are 3 entrances, like ding, 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 then this is what I would do. I would make robotic doors, right? And not the slow ones. Like, once you closed it, it would go down fast. It would be like, close it, okay? And there would be at least 2 security cameras outside the entrance and inside the entrance for each wall. So for the front one, 2 outside and then 2 inside. And then for this one, 2 outside, 2 inside. You get it. And also the guns. Like, I would send in people with like Sable. Like, I mean, I think they would do a pretty good job. All they would need to do is put on those gas masks, and they would be good. I mean, you can't see a single part of their skin, so it would be pretty good. Just send armored people with a bunch of armor and make them wear those gas masks, and give them an oxygen tank if needed. Have a couple spare ones at base. Give them guns, like the fast ones, the ones that shoot fast and take quick, and don't take that long to reload. So yeah, so like so then they could shoot the monster. And then I would give them a little attachment, like they could shoot fire up to like 30 feet. Up here, they would just press a button and then something would appear, like little camera, you would think, but it shoots fire to 30 feet. And then another attachment right next to it that shoots poisonous arrows, at the monster. You would have to hit it at the head, because it would be really hard to do it at any other part. But yeah, right? And then I would also put radio detectors. I would put detectors in their suits that detect radio frequency or any kind of frequencies. And I would also have multiple little security cameras that have really good security footage and really good audio, right? On every single one of their body armor. And also give them a belt with extra bullets, So yeah, and if at the entrance there isn't any like doors, like it's just a bunch of like there's once you go there, there's no walls. Like when you spawn there, Like, it's not like a wall here and wall there and wall there. And if that's not there, then build them. And also have a lot of food there. And also keep that gate open 24/7. And like, just in case too, you know that door, bolt it there. Bolt it into the wall. Okay? Super glue it to the wall. Super glue it to the wall. Gorilla glue it to the wall. All of them. And also put like a little mechanism where if the door is shut without the proper without the proper authentication. So like if somebody managed to take off the bolts or like any of that, the alarms would go off. And if you try to take off the bolts, the alarms would also go off. Have multiple employees there. Have multiple guards there. I would say have 10 guards in there. 5 of them sleeping and the other guarding. They can take shifts, not like every day. Like there's 12 hours, so like every 4 hours one could be sleeping and then they would switch, you know? Yeah, like, yeah, that would work. And also make sure there's a bunch of specialists with computers. So then that way there's a technical error and it tries to close the door and all the safety mechanisms fail. We have somebody who can, we have a team who can fix it. And also make sure there's buff guys there too. You know? So then that way they can actually keep the door open and until it gets fixed. And then if that somehow happens, get those guys out of there. If the doors start closing and the guys are sleeping, activate the alarms in there. Like I would put in multiple alarms in there. And if the door is is like, you know, like there's that safety problem and the doors are trying to close and there's somebody stopping it, then turn on those alarms and get them out of there and make sure they're all gone and make sure they're all out of there and then try to fix the problem. Like their safety is more important. Like we can always start over. Like we probably have the funding. And also have multiple security cameras in that room that opens the door. Make sure they can also see in darkness. So yeah. I mean, oh, but that's extra security, but you don't understand what the back rooms is. The back rooms is practically infinite, right? It's really hard to enter the second level. From what I know, the only way you can enter the second level is if you like glitch through reality. So like, you know, in the first episode where like the guy falls, like, oh, and then he gets to no clip back into reality. That would be one way. And also, there's also another way. Basically, there is another way to enter the back rooms. Like this is how. If you see a black door that's more black than you're used to, or more white, or more yellow, or more brown, then that could be an entrance to the back rooms, not IRL in this universe, right? So then so if you notice that, then you on like a hallway or a door through, you will need to run through it to have a chance to get out or go to the second level. So, and there's a lot of levels too, right? So yeah, it's a really and then the monster, I mean it can be killed. Like we've seen it be killed. Like, and also make sure those guys with armor are trained to hit at the head. Before starting the mission, train them for like a month or two to only hit at the head. Because the monster in the first level of the back room's body is skinny. Its head is the big part. So hitting the head would do more damage, and it would probably allow you to actually hit it without missing like 500 bullets. And also give them multiple grenades. Not just like flashbangs, give them flashbangs and multiple grenades. And also develop new technology too. Like develop technology to put on their shoes so they won't make any noise. Just like, oh, okay, so, oh, make the tech put it on their shoe, make sure it works and stuff, and then boom, whenever they walk, run, tiptoe, whatever, it won't make any noise. And also make sure their gas masks are like noise protected, like if you're breathing heavily, no one can hear you, just for the sake of your other teammates, and just in case if a monster is hunting you down, it has really good hearing. So we solved the foot running problem, so that it won't be able to hear you, and make the mask noise proof, right? And also put that same technology on the hands. Or like all around the suit actually, because we know these people just fall down. So like so probably put it all over their body so they'll be safe. But yeah, it seems extra, but I mean if it saves lives then it's worth it. And we can actually store a bunch of stuff there too. Like we can expand the back rooms. But if we close the door, we might lose all that. So that's why there will be like a lot of safety protocols to make sure that doesn't happen. But like we could keep on conquering a larger and larger level of the back rooms, and also like make the monster die. Like basically, if like a monster somehow breaks in to our room in the back rooms, and there will be multiple security cameras in there, and it's detected, this is what would happen. On every wall there would be a turret, right? There would be a turret on a like 2 turrets on a small hallway. So like there would be turrets everywhere, right? Hidden, right? But once it detects something that isn't human, or like it's alerted to shoot at something or someone, it will do it, right? And also make it so that if that happens, lock the rooms. Like once that detected, boom, immediately lock the doors, because what could happen is that the creature will try jumping in, and then it'll be halfway through the door, like the door will be here, and then the creature will be like right here, you know. How do I say this? This is the creature to jump, be like, oh, choo choo, and then the door would be like, psh, killing it. Or like it would just stop it. Make sure the door is like reinforced, right? And also make sure that the room that the monster is in that has a gas, basically a gas chamber, a backup gas chamber, every room like that. So then that way, if a creature is detected in any room, just boom, put like really bad gas, like deadly neurotoxin. Put a bunch of that in, and no, actually, I don't think that would work because it doesn't have lungs. Then just have like grenade droppers. What it would do was that it would be for every like square on the roof, a regular square you'd expect like on a tile floor, there would be a little machine that would drop a grenade. So then that way, oh, monsters detected in that room. Oh, close it up. Oh, and grenades. I mean, that would be really advanced, and it would be really good at filtering out monsters. Right? So, like, boom, we just beat the back rooms. Like, first of all, there's multiple secured and reinforced doors that close really fast. So even if a monster is there, you'll be saved. The people who go in there are armored. They have this new tech all over their body, including on their feet, their hands, all over their body, that that stops the noise from happening. So if they run, you won't hear any noise, or if they fall, you won't hear any noise. They have multiple weapons, grenades, stuff like that. And also, you know that room where the door is that opens so you can go into the back rooms? There's a team there, right? There's like 2 or 3 teams of technicians, right? And basically the door is also screwed into the wall. It's glued, super glued, and gorilla glued on. And if the screws are taken off, or like somehow it's all taken off without that being without it being alerted, like, oh, you take off the screws, the alarms go off, and stuff. And oh, but what if you do want to take off the screws? Well, then you'll have to enter the password at one of the computers to authorize it. And also, in case that all fails, there's going to be like a little backup motion. Basically, there's going to be a black square, and there's going to be a bunch of very strong cables connected to the front of the door too, that are very short. And basically, the one attached to the wall has a way greater mass, and can be and has way more power. So even if it does somehow close those wires, or stop it, and like make sure there's multiple buff guys, like a team of just 2 teams of just buff people there. So then that way they can close the door. I mean, no, they can keep the door open while all the other guys are evacuated thanks to the alarm that's in every room, while the technicians and IT people try to fix the problem, right? And also, there could be another backup room too. Like, how do I say this? Right? Basically, if the door does close, they can get out anyway. Basically, when you enter the back rooms through that door and you take a first step, there's actually a trip door right there, right? Basically, it's from this wall to the other one. They can go down, and it can go forward, and then it can go back up, right? So if you're stuck in the back rooms, you just activate it using the computer there. You step like right in front of the door, and then the floor you're standing on will go down, and then it'll go under the door, and then it will go up, right? But just in case, what happens before that is when you're directly under the door, right, it'll clean your suit. It takes off your suit, and then it cleans it using robotic arms and like washing it, right? And then of course there is drainage on the ground too, so it'll just be drained down. It cleans the suit heavily everywhere, and then it also cleans your body. And then it puts then it gives you new clothes, and then it puts you back up in behind the door. So like it's like this, the door's here, and then the safety trigger's here. Like the first step you take and it's there, just activate the protocol, you step on it, it goes down like this. You're right here under the door. It cleans your suit and gives you a new like regular suit, like pants and stuff. And then it goes like more like here again, and then it goes up. And so then that way, boom, you just got out that door. But I mean, I don't think that would work, because then the connection to our reality to the back rooms would be cut, so that door probably wouldn't even work. Or like it would work, but then it would always be broken, and in that case it could just break through like, oh, but what if it's an emergency? Then there's an emergency button right in front of everybody to, like, you know, not clean the suits and let the route. Even then, everyone else in there will be cleaned after the whole issue is solved, you know. So yeah, I mean, it's really it's extra, but like, I mean, it's worth it, right? To me, it's worth all that because I wouldn't want to die like that. I mean, it's really hard to. I mean, it's even escape the back rooms. I mean, there are multiple ways that like yourself in the back rooms. Like banging your head on the, like to heavy metal, yeah, like doing this to the walls in the back rooms until you bleed to death. I mean, no, yeah, or meet the monster. I mean, unless you brought like a weapon with you, something that can be used to yourself, then those are pretty much only options. But yeah, bye. Also, you like my new glasses?